How many of you remember this particular flat earther?
So shout out to him for making a video, Sideman Dan. But we'll go ahead and talk about that video because it is funny.
Hello all, I'm Sideman Dan and I'd like to officially welcome you all along to the first Tuesday release. Whilst Flat Earth Friday will remain a permanent fixture, on Tuesdays we'll be taking a look at some other conspiracies that are floating around on the internet. And we're starting with someone we've met before. That opening clip was from a video exchange between myself and one M. Benz. I thought he was just a flat earther, but I took a look at him again a few weeks ago and it turns out he has some other opinions. Believe it or not, he seems to doubt the existence of dinosaurs. Come on then, M. Benz, let's hear it.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is M. Benz back with another video for you here today. Today, we are talking about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. And did they ever exist?
Yes, they existed. Well, that was a quick one. Thank you very much for joining me. Just kidding. Let's continue.
I mean, I guess it's a question that most people never even considered. I guess most people never even put a thought into it to say, hey, is what I'm learning in this textbook, is what these archaeologists and people talking about, is it even true?
Yes, it's true. We don't make up stuff and put it in a textbook expecting everyone to just believe it. We investigate, hypothesize, measure, record, check, double check, triple check, conclude, evaluate and review. Then it might go into a textbook.
And I guess what brought this on is because my daughters just went to go see Jurassic World or whatever the new one is. I don't know. I don't watch them with their aunt. And my oldest daughter, she came back juice. She was juice. I walk into my daughter's computer room and see what she was doing on the computer. This kid's looking up pictures and stuff of dinosaurs and facts on dinosaurs. She was juiced after seeing that new Jurassic World movie or whatever it's called.
And why wouldn't you be? It was stupendous.
And I laughed and she goes, Dad, why are you laughing? I go, because dinosaurs never existed. She goes, stop. She's like, stop, shut up, you're crazy. And I'm like, no, like, for real. And then we started sitting down, we started talking about it, and I started explaining to her that just a couple of facts, like before the 1800s, no one even ever heard of a dinosaur.
British anatomist Richard Owen coined the word dinosaur in 1842. However, people have been discovering their fossils centuries before this. They just didn't know what they were looking at. Once the term dinosaur was invented, the scattered remains that couldn't be classified before started to come together. It still took decades, though, to understand that these partial skeletons could be attributed to actual real-life animals.
Dinosaurs never were thought of anyone's imagination before the 1800s. Now, all of a sudden, to keep up with this big ball Earth and evolution lie, we come up with, you first got the Big Bang Theory, you have dinosaurs, you have evolution, and boom, we're here, spinning on a big spinning parrot on an infinite ball of space. Seems peculiar, doesn't it? That all of these things can never be proven today. Right? Am I right?
In a word, no, you're not right. All of these things can be proven today. How did you think the conversation went in 1842? Oh, hey, I found these bones, but I'm not sure what they are. I know, let's call them dinosaurs and say that they were these creatures that were alive millions and millions of years ago. That way, it reinforces evolution. I know Origin of Species won't be published for another 17 years, but it still reinforces it. It will also show everyone that the Earth is a globe. I don't know how, but it just does. And not to mention, proving that the Big Bang happened. What's that? The Big Bang won't even be heard of as a theory until 1949. That's just details. Details, schmeetails.
So, I believe that dinosaurs is just another staple in the ball Earth believing heliocentric enthusiast timeline that they use to say, look, this is evolution. Look, this is what happened whatever billion years ago, million years ago, and none of it can be traced to any truth. Now she said, well, what about the museums? Me and my school, we just went to a museum. We seen dinosaur bones and stuff like that. Yeah, everything that you see in a museum is casted, fake replicas, I guess, of all these real bones that supposedly archaeologists have hidden away in storage facilities that me and you, regular people, can't go see them because they're too delicate. So they put replicas and fakes up in the museum. And this is not a conspiracy theory. You can Google that yourself.
And Benz is right here. Some museums use casts of the original fossils. Let's also bear in mind that fossils themselves aren't the actual bones of the dinosaur either. They're a form of petrified rock that preserve the animal's remains. However, some museums do use the actual fossils discovered. The Field Museum in Chicago has a T-Rex skeleton called Sue on display. The skull is a cast, as the original was too heavy and delicate to hang up that high. The rest of the skeleton, though, are all the original fossils. You can Google that yourself, Benz.
That is 100% factual that they do not put real dinosaur bones in any museums.
Oh dear, that's embarrassing.
So I started telling her stuff like that, and I started telling her that no dinosaur bone has ever been stumbled upon by any Indians, any regular people, any, like I said, first Native Americans, Mayans. Dinosaur bones have never just been stumbled across by any explorers besides archaeologists.
This is a nodosaur. Guess what? It was stumbled upon by some miners in Canada in 2011. Tim Bryce, a 4-year-old, found a 100 million year old dinosaur bone when he was digging out with his dad. Need I go on?
Who work for the government. Just so happens they're out and about and they stumble upon a T-Rex thigh bone or a femur or whatever.
3 points here. Firstly, people that study dinosaur fossils are called paleontologists, not archaeologists. Secondly, a femur is a thigh bone. And lastly, paleontologists aren't just out and about, they study the areas first. They can recognise fossil-bearing sediments, and they study digs that have occurred in the nearby area to get a picture of what's going on geologically. It's far from being, as you said, out and about.
And then somehow, off of one bone that they discover, okay, let me tell you how this works. They discover one bone, okay, and all of a sudden...
Here we go. He's going to tell us how this works.
They have a whole dinosaur. What it ate.
That's hard to do from a single thigh bone, but we use fossilised droppings, jaw bones and teeth to find out what they ate.
Its skin texture.
Again, very hard to do from a single thigh bone, but again, we've discovered fossils that show scaly skin and feathers.
What era it lived in.
That's a slightly different science. Fossilised plants are found too, and from that we can infer atmospheric gas contents.
What region it lived in. Everything off of one, maybe a few bones, they compile a whole, I guess you could say, biography for this one dinosaur. They compose a whole thing.
Yes, that's how it works. We collect information from many different sources, and then we use that with future discoveries.
All of these stuffs are, all of this, the stuff that I'm telling her is a fact.
Well, no, it's not a fact, it's your opinion. And as we've discovered twice before, Benz, your opinion and fact are two very different things.
But they don't teach you that in school. They teach you dinosaurs as 100% irrefutable facts. Now, for all you heliocentric, enthusiasts out there, all you globe earth lovers will argue the fact that what I'm saying, it's just made up, it's just conspiracy theories. Yes, because it benefits your globe earth lie. It benefits you to have dinosaurs and evolution in your belief system. It does. I mean, not to get, again, because I'm not the most religious person, so I'm not the one to get religious out here, but any ancient texts, Bibles, or any early ancient writings, did they ever mention dinosaurs? No, never.
So because the Bible, a book that was written before dinosaur fossils were discovered, let's remember, doesn't mention dinosaurs, then they aren't real. solid evidence.
I do think it's funny that all these people rush out, and there's nothing wrong with watching the movies. Again, I watch Star Wars knowing that space is fake and the Earth is flat and we're not on a spinning, rotating pear, and there's not infinite galaxies out there. So it's nothing wrong with enjoying these Jurassic movies. There's nothing wrong with that. And I was like, no, it's fine. You watch your Jurassic movies. I'm not saying you're a bad person for enjoying these movies, but what I am saying is you have to know that, yes, these movies are supposed to be based off factual animals, but it's not. There's no concrete evidence or proof that dinosaurs ever walked the earth. There's none. Zero. There you have it. I just wanted to talk about this real quick. Didn't want to go too in depth about it. Just wanted to make a quick video talking about it because, again, I was going to make a video on something else, which I'm still making that video, but I just had to just hop in front of the camera and talk about this one real quick because I thought it was hilarious. And, you know, it's something that everybody's talking about. Everybody's watching this Jurassic World movie or whatever it's called, and people get pumped about these things.
I know. It's great, isn't it?
There's no concrete evidence or proof that dinosaurs ever walked the earth. There's none. Zero.
That reminds me. Good old Spinosaurus. Let's put them up here. Right, I think that's all for our first Tuesday video. I'm still yet to think of a name for this series, so suggestions below, please. Thank you all for watching. A like and subscribe would be thoroughly appreciated if you enjoyed it. I'll see you all on Friday, where we'll be revisiting an old adversary and making a new one. See you later.